In today's coming attractions, our friends at Hanhart and gentrylabs are up to some horology. Red Lion 2 Electric Boogaloo? Let's check it out. What is going on? I'm wearing my Hanhart Fly Navy, the very first dive watch from our friends at Hanhart. And in today's episode, we've got an embargo, baby. What I like to call the coming attraction episodes, which is where a watchmaker of import of note has seen fit to give yours truly some advance notice of an upcoming release. Now, there are some viewers of this channel who do not appreciate the coming attractions episodes, thinking or meaning that how can you review a watch that you don't have in hand, in the metal, on the wrist? And I would support that generally, but that's not what these episodes are. This is not a review episode. This is a coming attractions. Think of it as a preview. If you were to go to the movie theater, this is a preview, something that's coming. And I do actually hope to get one of these little babies on wrist because I am friends with Hanhart. I am friends with the president CEO of gentrylabs. So certainly I could maybe get one of these on wrist for a proper exam, get it on deck. But to be fair, there are only 200 of these, limited edition worldwide. I may have to call in some favors with, the U.S. North American distributor to get one of these myself, but who knows? What we are looking at today is indeed the Mark II, the Hanhart Red Lion Mark II, the second of the 417 series that our friend Tristano has done in collaboration with our friends at Hanhart. Shout out to Simon, to Felix, to Franz, to Laura. Love the Hanhart team. But I actually happened to get a little bit of advanced preview of this, so I knew it was coming before I even got the PR materials. Look, I'm on the inside track. What are you going to do? But I'm a vault, so I kept it on the DL. So I knew this one was coming, and as I was talking with Tristano about it and looking at the history of what he did with the original Red Lion, of which I am an owner, it is in the bank. I'm still jamming with my Fly Navy, so my Red Lion's in the bank. But he bought the Vixa Type 20 from me a few episodes back. And I guess part of that inspiration was the work he was secretly doing with Hanhart to bring this watch to market. Now, this watch is epically good. It's got a bunch of the different design features of the Hanhart 417 lineage. It's also got some upgrades in terms of usability, kind of a combination of a certain matter of things. And to be fair, taking back some of the glory that Hanhart is actually rightly due for their part in the origin story of the Type 20 configuration. I don't want to supersede what I know will be some of his coverage of it. I just kind of want to take my own little spin on it and enjoy some of the PR photos, some of the advanced knowledge of this watch, and share it with you day and date when I'm allowed to release it. Again, coming attractions, not a review. So in that light, I think it's fair to give it some coverage and just put it out there and share these photos in the Hobby of Hours way, so you can take a look at it and see if it maybe is something that you want to check out for yourself. So without any further ado, let's kind of hit the deck and check it out. Hanhart Chronograph in 1882. gentrylabs, what a beautiful logo. What an amazing thing to be friends with TGV and the crew at Hanhart. And taking a look at this little baby here, we can see a lot of the same design language of the 417 ES that we know and love. We've got some new things in there. We've got a flyback on the dial, a manual wind movement on the inside, a date politely situated at 6, red pusher, big eye at 3 o'clock, and of course, a GMT style of sorts bezel. With that 12-hour ratcheted bezel, we are able to track a second time zone. So more or less, taking the 417 into the modern era with some additional features that give it some added value. Looking at the case back, absolutely gorgeous. Looking at that Salida flyback column wheel movement, And if you notice right above the blued column wheel section, there looks to be a little bit of an etching there. And it is indeed an etching of the Urban Gentry Labs logo. It is done ultra super stealth mode so as not to take away from the, the design aesthetics of this movement and all the finishing they did with it. But also pretty cool, being an owner of the first Red Lion Mark 1, I'm a completist as a collector. What are you going to do? I'm probably going to have to grab one of these because it's also just epically cool. I mean, when you know the people who make the watch, the people who design it, the people who are behind it, there's an additional level of love there, I got to say. I don't mind saying it. All right, what you got, D? What you got? Putting some numbers up on the board. We're looking at 39 millis, perfect. A polite 46 millimeters. I should point out that this is coming on this tropic style strap, but also comes on their epically good bracelet. We're looking at 13.6 millimeters thick / thin. Obviously 20 millimeters lug width, 100 meters water resistant sapphire, an epically good 58 hours of power reserve from the Sellita AMT 5100M flyback movement. And here's the bad news. 200 units. Get it while you can, if you are of the mindset to do so. Bit of a loom shot. Loving me that leaf style chronograph hand, and with the big Arabic loom. Plenty of nighttime delight. Although to be fair, I don't wear a watch at night. But if you are on a night mission, you will certainly be able to see what time it is. And a bit of the, I wonder if this was a bell staff. TGV, was this a bell staff jacket when they shot it? It would almost absolutely have to be, but epically good looking. And a couple more beauty shots up against a camera and on some dude's wrist, not my wrist. I do hope to get one of these in for review. Or if I'm being honest, probably just ownership. With only 200 units out there, it's unlikely there's going to be a PR sample period. But who knows? Maybe my friendship with the Hanhart team and Tristano himself might score me one as a loaner. But if I'm being honest, I'm just going to hit up Watch Buys and see if I can't get in line to grab one. Let's take a look at the official deeds. I'm going to stay on this slide for a minute so you can take a screenshot here for your own use. I think I've covered most of the goodies here. Let's see here. Pricing in the middle, obviously, I don't pay in euros. I'm going to have to wait to do some calculation on that. None of that 19% VAT business for me. But with them only doing 200 worldwide, I'm somewhat curious. Why didn't they do more? I know it's going to sell out. I know it. But my Hanhart AD of record online is watchbuys.com. Shout out to John. John and I got to hang out when I was at Wind Up in New York. Had a fabulous time. I neglected to get John's contact information, so I may have to go through the general inbox. John, if you get an email from me, sir, please sort me out one of these. Put one aside. I don't care about the serial number. I just want in on some Hanhart and gentrylabs goodness. There she is. I kind of like this photo that they include in the PR packet. It's like the Cobra view. Such a good looking piece. And it is, I think, probably the first amalgamation in the modern era of all these design elements. Certainly from the Hanhart team, we've got the red pusher, that rotating bezel, the flyback chronograph, the big eye at 3 o'clock, and more or less reclaiming the glory that is Hanhart's participation in the history of this design spec. Love you, Hanhart. But bam, diver on wrist, new chronograph on the list. What are you going to do? John, please check your inbox, sir, for a potential hobby of ours order slip, if you would. And shout out to Tristano and the team at Hanhart for pulling this rabbit out of the hat. What a gorgeous piece. It's such an amazing thing to watch a brand that you love do well, and that when you've made a friend with someone who's working with them do well also and get to design these watches. It's such a good bit of fun. Cannot wait to enjoy this little baby in person, on wrist, in the metal, whatever it takes, getting it into the Hobby of Ours office that is this itty bitty cubby hole of a room. It's actually, I converted a walk-in closet to be the studio, but I do love me some of this audio paneling and the art of Bentley and the art of, you know, your boy D from Hobby of Ours. So stay tuned for a potential future review of this epically good piece, and I hope that wherever you are in this wonderful, beautiful Hobby of Ours, you're doing well and that you're blessed. We will catch you in the next one. Peace. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones. Watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride.